Got to drop the car off to get an MOT, but I've got to get an MRI on my back because I get sciatica. It's basically like someone stabbing you in the whole of your body. It's just like pins and needles and pain. It's going to last an hour and you literally have to lie there motionless. Usually I just end up going to sleep. Now last time I had an MRI, I had no idea how long it was going to take, so they offered me some music on headphones and I said, yeah, put something upbeat on. I spent an hour in there sitting motionless having to listen to salsa music. It was the worst decision I've ever made. What do you think? Cool trousers? Oh, all done. I'm actually knackered now. I spent an hour in that tube and it's like I've just woken up out of bed. Now I need to go into work. I'm a little bit late, so I need to get going. Job done. And it's been one of those days where it's just been a day of discomfort, whether that's getting my back looked at or putting the car in for an MOT, which it didn't pass. But I want to talk about how being uncomfortable is a good thing, because when you start getting uncomfortable more often, then you start to make some really good progress forward. You should be moving further and further into deep water until the point when your feet are just about off of the ground, and that's where you want to be, because that means you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and it means you're really starting to try new things. There's a real danger in getting too comfortable in what you're doing. It means you stagnate, it means you're not learning, it means you're not taking that growth mindset. You always want to be pushing yourself beyond your imagined boundaries and trying to stay uncomfortable for as long as possible, because the more you stay in an uncomfortable space, the more you get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Yeah, that's about right. Now, one way I like to stay uncomfortable and keep learning is to always be challenging myself to find answers to things that I could normally ask questions about. And assuming you're progressing things that you're interested in, that's going to keep helping you move your head into new spaces and learning more. Continue to take on new projects and new work, and especially get involved in things that you haven't tried before that you think you might be interested in the future. You know, be proactive about your own development. One part of being uncomfortable, unfortunately, is actually genuinely being uncomfortable, and the way you do that is you ask for open and honest feedback. And look, I get it. It's really hard to receive. You don't know necessarily what other people perceive you as, and you might be coming across in a different way than you intend, or perhaps there's aspects about you that you actually could be working on, and there's ways you could come across to other people that could be better. You're only really going to find that out by getting direct feedback from people, and you should be doing that on a regular basis. Tip number 4 on staying uncomfortable is asking for help when you need it. You know, when you genuinely hit that point when you aren't able to do something and maybe you've tried to be able to do it, then you need to start asking people for help and getting them to help you, even if that makes you feel like you should have been able to do it yourself. A really important part of being uncomfortable is being vulnerable and expressing what you need help with. It might not feel great to you, but it's very well received by others, and you're only going to grow by being really aware of what your limits are and how you can overcome them. And then number 5 is about your strengths and your weaknesses. You should be maximizing your strengths rather than incrementally increasing on your weaknesses. That being said, if there are aspects of your weaknesses that are infringing on your strengths, then that's something that you need to be aware of, and that's something you need to develop. So for example, let's say you worked in sales. One of your strengths is you're super assertive, you're super proactive, you're going to get yourself out there and you're going to do a really good job. But one of your weaknesses is you're a little bit too bullish. Maybe you don't come across too well, and maybe you can put people off. Even though they are different things, they are interlinked, and if you work on one, it can contribute to helping you maximizing your strengths further. Now, the last one in terms of being uncomfortable is actually knowing when you need to take that leap, and a leap is always going to be something that feels uncomfortable. You're never gonna have all your ducks lined up in a row. It's never gonna be a clean change for you to try something completely new, but that usually means that it's a good thing. If it's something that scares you, if it's something that excites you at the same time, then it's probably a good thing to do, and you just need to weigh up how you feel about taking that leap. All right, that's it for the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that thumbs up below and leave me a comment. I really want to hear from you. And if you haven't subscribed already, you should subscribe. There are new videos that come out every day from Tuesday through Saturday. They're all about creating better content, working better, and being better so that you can succeed. If that sounds like something that interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. See ya.